Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Hey, melanin dripping, sweet candy coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in the mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance to me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you on the world? I let me sit face to face. Know your feet detention, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. Hear your voice, angelic high, so amazing, I wanna keep this going.
So come push back on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. Come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving. Cause we still grooving.
Hey, girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, girl, I wanna treat you right, you see.
Hey, girl. So come wind back on me, I wanna see if we got good chemistry. And come wind up on me, don't hold back, y'all, just be free. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still moving. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance for me, baby, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and you have my attention. And dance for me, baby. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. I love how you dance and show off. You have my attention. And dance for me, baby, step out. Keep it moving, we're still grooving. Cause we're still grooving. Step out. Hey.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations. A nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken. You have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Never thought of falling in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond.
It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I'd no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. Beyond. For a thing, yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I, no, never. Ooh, baby, been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. Forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate podcast. Lord mercy, due to many shorts. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate podcast. I'm your host, Neil. He is your host, Derek. Derek, you there with me? Let me see if we can get some. Wait, hold on. Okay, give me some volume, my brother.
Here.
Yeah, we got you. Oh, yeah.
Got me there.
Oh, yeah. You are there in fine form. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here another Tuesday night. We're here rocking with you, talking to things. Derek, my brother, how are you doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
I can't complain at all. I am here. I'm here to do the Lord's work. I had a pretty quiet day. Nice workout. Doing legs on a Tuesday. It felt a little odd, but had to remember that today is in fact Tuesday. Normally that would be a Monday flex, but yeah. Then I went on the court, had a little shoot around the game scrimmage, but just got up some shots and came home. So I feeling really good, man. Feeling pretty good. I see some people in the house early. Akani, big up my guy Akani in the house. Priya, Aston, Laura. I see Marlon checking in as well. Greetings to all of you folks.
Denise
What's going on
is
with
here
you,
as
Neil?
well. Denise is there as well. Shout out Denise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hear, man. I am here. You know, just a lot of. As I told you, I am in a space of reflection, in a space of introspection. Something doesn't feel right, so you know, I just kind of tightening the screws to see what could go and make things better. But other than that, man, I'm good. I am blessed. I remember the session we had on Saturday. It was really funny. It was really funny, but you know, it brings a level of understanding to certain things, right? And you know, there's something to be said about a lot of traumas that we walk around, and a lot of things that we need to get past. We may not be able to heal from it, but to get past it, you know. But anyhow, this is not about metaphysics. This is not about, you know, psychology. We are here to, as you said, do the Lord's work.
Yeah, we here for that. We can play a little psychology as well too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see Cherish in here. Cherish, good night. Tango Fox, good night as well. Anton, good night to you, my brother. No, Derek, of course, as you know, people well waiting would have heard some beautiful music from the premier acapella group in the Western Hemisphere. That is, of course, G-Syndicate. So let everybody know just where they can find the band and you know what's going on there.
G-Syndicate6.com. Comments on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, G-Syndicate6. And then on Instagram, G-Syndicate6. You got to spell out the 6. So those of you who can spell, you can find us there. Big up the guys as always. Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, Hugh, doing good stuff as always. So shout out the man. Big respects. And again, I just waiting for my editor, and then we can be touching on that virtual show for you guys.
Your editor did talk to me, you know. Your editor did talk to me, tell me that that he almost finished, pretty much.
All right,
just
very good.
Just you know, just trying to make it look as pretty as possible in terms of bookending it.
Right.
But, yeah, you should see something in your email, your inbox, or your WhatsApp status, your WhatsApp chat, in a day or two. More than likely tomorrow, man. More than likely tomorrow.
This is sounding good, so I'm happy to hear about that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I told you before, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything coming down from us. Of course, we do content for you 5 days a week. We do the Senate shorts, which are a bit lighthearted. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I hope you all enjoy Nacho Vidal. Nacho Vidal. We had a lot of fun making that one. And then, of course, we come here every Tuesday and Thursday and we talk the things straight, no chaser, on the podcast, on the live streams. Now, of course, Derek usually takes our social media platforms, particularly Facebook. Give us a like and a follow on the Senate podcast on Facebook. Usually he goes there before the live streams, Tuesday and Thursday, and would Tariq talk about ghost. Let me be professional, Tariq. Shout you out, man. Hope everything good. Yeah, man. Every Tuesday and Thursday, before the live stream, Derek usually goes to our social media pages, particularly Facebook. You can check us out, the Senate podcast on Facebook. He goes there and, you know, he'll put up something so to get the conversation going and also to let you guys know what we'll be talking about, right? To kind of prime you for what's coming on. You know, it's multifaceted in its function, what Derek does. So this is no different. Of course, we're talking about equal standard. This is, of course, in reference to Cam Newton made some comments, I think last week, where he spoke in his opinion. He was asked his opinion on the woman for him. And he gave mention to, you know, why his relationship didn't work. Of course, a lot of people didn't take too kindly to that because there was infidelity. He got an Instagram model pregnant. She, of course, he was with his girlfriend for many years, and they had 4 children together. Of course, there was infidelity. An outside child came between child 3 and 4. So everybody was saying, you know, and it's funny, Derek, because I got this from some of our contributors as well. I got this a couple of times. And, you know, of course, people that have a problem with the message, they had a problem with the messenger. Right? And then, of course, we had back and forth. It wasn't nothing contentious or anything like that. But generally speaking, people had a problem with the message. So I will turn over to you, my brother. You will lead us in sermon, and we will get the conversation going.
Yeah, man. Thanks, brother. We can talk these things tonight for sure. You know what we do? I usually like to start with something incendiary or inflammatory, so let's not change how we get down. So let me lead off, right? Ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, women do not care about men and what they want. Yeah, I said it, and I'm going to repeat it.
I said what
Women don't care. Yeah, women don't care about men and what they want. A lot of women like to pretend that they care because it makes them sound, open-minded and woke. But when we begin to have a conversation, it becomes very clear that, as Anthony B said years ago, the damage already done. Yeah.
Yaga, yo. Big trap.
Right?
Yep.
So, like Unila was sent a clip of NFL quarterback Cam Newton talking about what he prefers in a woman, right? I watched it, and it was sent to me by one of our contributors, and he had a little back and forth with the lady, but I had no idea that that particular video would be such a big deal, right? To be honest. I know the statements that he made would have made the rounds. I expected that, right?
Yep.
But his statements made it all the way to mainstream media outlets and all, right? So, before we go any further, what did Cam Newton say that was so wrong and offensive, right? Well, we have the video here for you.
Yep.
And we are going to show you that video.
All right. So let me get that there. Up and on. No, don't let me say up and
No,
on. No. I apologize to anybody listening for that. And let me just continue. Let me crack on.
That bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's build this community. Or dislikes, all is important. Yeah.
It doesn't bother us, right?
Yeah. And all both are necessary. It doesn't even matter if, just need the engagement. So
correct.
Yep.
So, ladies and gents, Cam Newton alluded to the fact that men are turned off by bad bees and boss bitches and boss chicks, right? And the attitude that comes with that particular mentality, right? He said, you're a boss bitch or you're a boss chick or bad bitch, but you don't know how to cook. You don't know how to be quiet. And essentially, you don't need to fall back and let a man lead, So in essence, what Cam was saying is that these boss chicks don't know how to be a man's piece, essentially. But here's the real thing, folks. We see this play out every day on social and mainstream media. Yet, a lot of women, and a lot of men too, had a problem with what Cam was saying, right? Like if they aren't the embodiment of the stuff that he was saying. So I couldn't grasp the concept, right? Anyhow, newsflash, folks. Newsflash. As I said last week, it was fully news flashes. I got a newsflash tonight, right? Cam Newton didn't say anything that the average man in these streets isn't thinking, but just can't or won't say. Let me repeat that, just because it's a news flash, right? Cam Newton didn't say anything that the average man in these streets isn't thinking, but just can't or won't say. When we were growing up, you used to hear that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, right? These days, you don't hear that very often. But that premise, the foundation of that premise hasn't changed, right? Men don't leave women who feed them, right? A man will even put up with a little misery if he's being fed, right? So don't let me dipsy doodle down either. No, don't let me. You see, you get a little bit more rope. Not that a man gonna take it forever, ever. But you would get a little bit more rope. Man's like, she a little miserable, but she could throw down, you know. So I gotta make it work a little bit, you know. So when Cam says, hey, you can't cook. If you can't cook, how you expect to keep the man that you say you want? I mean, shoot. Oh. Right. Ladies, here's another news flash for you. Right? Most men want you to shut the farthing up. Yeah. Yeah, you know that song a little rough coming from me, yeah.
Real.
But that's the cat. That's the truth.
He said what he said.
Most men want you to shut up. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that your man wants you mute, right? And that he doesn't want to hear you at all. But more importantly, your man wants you to know when to be quiet, when to speak. Some women just talk too much. Men, if you agree with me, put some ones in the chat. Shoot, women, if you know that still got some women that just talk too much, put some ones in the chat, right? Some women just talk too much. Point blank, period. Knowing what, when, and where to speak or act is an indication of wisdom, folks. Wisdom. And respect, too. Why do I say that? Only today, I saw a video of DJ Envy and his wife doing an interview on the Shade Room. And DJ Envy's wife felt it prudent to say that she was faking orgasms for the first 10 years of their relationship. No, this is a real question for me, folks. Did anybody ask for that information?
No.
Did anybody want to know?
No.
But she saw no problem dragging her husband onto a social media platform and airing all their dirty laundry. And guess what? Who suffers the embarrassment? Not her. He does.
Because Charlamagne roast him.
Oh, and he did. He did. I didn't feel like digging up them too. And there's the interview with him, and then there's the interview on the Breakfast Club with him saying, hey, it took you 10 years to sort this out. Right? Here's the thing. Most people can't identify DJ Envy's wife. Shoot, she could be saying those next to someone right now. You won't know who she was. Right? But DJ Envy is a public figure. If you're into that stuff, you know who he is. If you're not, well, you kind of slip past him. The point remains, he is the public figure. He is the person whose reputation will be impacted by this. But somehow, women today are convincing men to be willing participants in their own embarrassment. If you want to talk to me, ladies, let me lay you straight up. I ain't the one, right? So if you expect that you can come and get clout off of me or get me to put my name out there, you embarrass me.
Well, you could try. You could try. But just know that you yarding clean too here. 10 years of relationship, I can guarantee you got some foul habits too. So,
and that's the thing. He didn't put her on blast. She put him on blast.
I'm not saying we are going to get in a tit for tat, right? But we just
it is unnecessary.
We're not dealing with it.
Unnecessary.
We ain't getting back and forth. Ain't like you can say, oh, he can't work the tool, or he ain't got enough tool, or whatever. And I ain't gonna be like, oh, she can't. Just know that I done with that.
Straight, right? Now, there's the next thing about this thing, right, Neil? Because there's talk about cancellation of Cam and all that, right?
Which is wild to me. Wild to me.
Women can say what they want and prefer about men, and it's all good in the end, right? They call it standards, right? And they don't even have to try to say it delicately either, right? Shoot, women even profit from stating their preferences out loud. Nothing going on but the right. Everybody remember that? Or, I don't want no scrubs. Yeah. And even don't want no short dick man. Yeah. Anybody remember them tunes and lyrics? Those are all lyrics from international hits. Yeah, them in obscure tunes, them is international hits, right? How often have we heard women we know say, or women in our orbit saying, I ain't wanting a short man. I ain't wanting a fat man. Shoot, at one point they didn't even want the dark skinned brothers, but shoot.
They want dark skin, they didn't light skin.
Yeah, God bless Michael Jordan of Wesley Snipes. They brought us on Vogue, So
want them out with a beard.
Yeah. Shoot, the killer. I ain't want a black man.
Of course, you want a broad man.
Yeah. Anybody remember those here Sloan on the New Year's Eve float saying her resolution for 2022 was no bro dick. Yeah. And speaking of dicks, of course, there's the finisher. I don't want a small doggy man. If you doubt me, well, we have a clip for you all to watch.
A doozy of a clip.
This is what she calls herself, Elizabeth something or other. We know her as Karen Stephens. Those of you who are familiar with the adult spicy content will call her Superhead from back in the day. And this is what she had to say on the podcast. All right.
Yeah, just warning everybody, ladies and gentlemen, this is explicit content. You might get some foul language here and there. So if you're watching this with your kids, you really shouldn't be watching this with your kids. So yeah, so we can get into it now. Wait, I can't hear the video.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on a minute. The video has no audio.
Oh man.
Yeah, this video ain't got no audio.
All right, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Well, folks, on that video you would have heard Karen Stephens or Superhead declaring that most men have small penises, and as such they really don't deserve to be with particular women, and they don't deserve to have a comment on women, etc., right? And she said it. She declared it boldly on several occasions on the video. So unfortunately you can't hear it, but shoot, you can go and find it. It's out there. You can find it. You
promise
can access it yourself.
Do not go and search for Superhead. Do not do that. Do not put that search for, what's his name? Karen Stevens? Kareen Stevens? I think it's Kareen Stevens. Just go and look at her government. Do not go and look at this woman's professional.
She was going by Elizabeth something or the other, so yeah.
She got two names for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, one really, but folks, ladies and gents, relationships have boundaries, right? Our good friend Choco Minaj very often says, big at Choco, man. Very often Choco will say, no man is an island, right? Let me repeat that. No man is an island. If you want to be in a relationship of any kind, folks, personal, social, or business, you will have to abide by certain rules and acknowledge certain boundaries. Because as the old people say in Barbados, it is no longer about you and what you want, but about what the relationship Needs. Let me repeat myself. It's not about what you want, but it's about what the relationship needs, right? You cannot continue to function as if you are an entity and law unto yourself. Why? Because your partner is a reflection of you, just like you are a reflection of your partner. And here's the thing, right, folks? We seem to grasp this concept very easily when it comes to men in relationships with women, right? We understand that when a man is in a relationship with a woman, there are certain things like staying out late or flirting with women, excessive liming, drinking, shoot, even the articles of clothing that man might wear. There's certain things that he will be encouraged to give up or modify, change, if they have a deleterious effect on said relationship and reflect poorly on the woman. For some reason, though, we don't seem to get this when it comes to women in relationships with men. Right. Women want to be able to have the safety and security of relationship, but still have full autonomy over what they are able to say and do and where they go. For a man to even suggest his discomfort or displeasure at a woman's actions is to expose himself to a volley of insults, shaming language, and guilt trips. No discipline, no restraint, no temperance, sexual or otherwise. Just do what you feel like Basil sang many years ago, right?
Shut up, Basil.
Yeah, big up Basil Yard.
Basil Yard.
Now, I'm sure most of you would have seen the videos from the Dexter Dap show circulating on WhatsApp today, right? Between the videos and the pictures, women in all kinds of states of undress, skinning out on stage.
Literally undress.
Yeah, literal undress. And here's the thing, right? We can bet that a lot of these women have or had men that are interested in them or that they are interested in.
Most importantly, these women want someone to take them on.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Fellas, take note. It is impossible to build anything with a woman who will conduct herself thusly. So men who are desirous of maximizing their potential will leave these kinds of women by the wayside. Right? That's just a reality. You could call it misogyny, you could call it patriarchy, you could call it sexism, you could call it whatever you want to call it. But it's reality. Make sure when you call it all them other things, call it reality too, right? You can't expect that you can just, conduct yourself any or how and then that somebody's supposed to be cool with that, right? But then, Neil, you know how it goes. They behave how they like, do what they like. Nobody can't tell them nothing. They got agency over the parts and all that. And then you hear and see them on social media complaining that, man ain't shit.
Where all the good men gone? Remember that song?
Where all the good men gone? Yeah, not Miss B, Marcy. Yeah, and trying to shame men for not wanting to deal with them. Nope. Yeah, it's not that men ain't shit. It's that you don't qualify for the men you want. Let me repeat that. It's not that men ain't shit. It's that you don't qualify for the men you want. Because they will not accept. No, I didn't say allow. Accept. Yeah, because you're free to do what you want to do. Yeah. Free to do what you want to do. But there are consequences, right? So the man you want will not accept you behaving as you like. And then trying to frame it as if the men are the problem because they aren't man enough to deal with you. Actions have consequences. That too is worth repeating. Actions have consequences. Even Kim Kardashian is filing that out now. She's trying to deal with the backlash of her sex tape from all back in the day with she and Ray J, because apparently her children stumbled on to this sex tape here, or an ad for the sex tape the other day, right? But here's the real thing, right? Here's the problem, Neil, with this whole thing. Here's the real problem with this thing. Before, they would sit, watch quietly, and say nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, we got that covered. But no, when men see the fuckery, yeah, when men see the fuckery, they use the immortal words of Caswell Adolphus Franklin. And men is just said, nah, dying for me. And bounce.
That's right.
Check it, right, folks? Relationships are about interdependence as opposed to independence, right? So ask yourself, are you willing to work with the man you say you want? Many women today say they want to have a good man, children, and a family. Yet their actions are in direct opposition to what they say they want. Cam Newton, folks, a millionaire. He was an NFL MVP at one point.
I can't remember.
Close.
No, but he's a very good quarterback, though.
He went to Super Bowl.
Yeah. At one point, he was touted to be the next Michael Vick. He was touted to be one of the best black quarterbacks ever in the history of the NFL, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, due to injury and team shifting and that sort of stuff, he didn't really make his. I mean, he's still pretty good. He's a really good quarterback. It's just,
right.
You know, he never maximized on his full potential. Let me just say that.
He went to a Super Bowl. I think that's as far as he went. He didn't win, but hey, most men don't get to go to a Super Bowl, so hey, big up Cam Newton, right? But Cam Newton is a millionaire, right? Cam Newton, a millionaire. He said what men want from women, and the internet has been in an uproar since, with some groups even going as far as hinting at canceling the man.
Yeah, he was MVP in 2015, Offensive Player of the Year in 2015, Best Player in the
Right?
Yeah.
So an accomplished guy.
Yeah.
Accomplished guy. Tall, because Cam Newton is about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah.
Relatively good looking, I suppose. Athletic and rich. Okay? That man tells you what men want. And he gets dragged. So what hope is there for the average man out there, guys? He asks you all that all the time. I ask you that about Will Smith, Steph Curry, Boris Kajor. And here we got Cam, right? I didn't know we've been talking about how Cam got so much children, he cheat on the woman and all that there. Yeah, but ask yourself, don't try to deflect, but it's looking at them things. Ask yourself, is what he's saying inaccurate? You can't say that. Especially when we look around the particular landscape we got today. We know that these women don't want to cook. No lies there. We know that a lot of them aggressive. They don't know when to be quiet. We know this. No lies there. And we damn sure know that they ain't allowing the man to lead, because they say every night that they're dealing with that submission thing. So what's the argument? But a man can't say we want. We get it. We understand it. We see it now, right? Neil, we see it now. We get it, right? Here's the thing, though, right? If you want a man to protect and provide for you, do the things that will attract and keep said man that will protect and provide for you. And here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. And continue to do them after you have nailed him down. This is easy as 1, 2, 3. Because we see them every day, Neil, on social media. Really good man gone.
Every
what you gotta do
day.
to get a good man?
Every day.
Every day we see it.
Yep.
Again, man, real simple, you know. Again, a man, real easy.
Yeah, and hard work.
Because we ain't complicated.
Yeah, we ain't hard.
We ain't complicated. And because I like y'all here in the Senate, I hope you're hitting the like button. Because I like y'all, let me give you, I can make this real quick. Because you know Dave Chappelle does a bit where he says that, you know, you see Cosmopolitan magazine say 100 ways to keep your mind happy and all that stuff, right? We can break this down here now. Lose the weight, lose the attitude, exercise and discipline, and temperance. A 3-step guide. A 3-step guide to getting a man. Lose the weight, lose the attitude, exercise and discipline. That discipline is going to come into what you eat, what you say, what you do, where you wear, where you go. Exercise and discipline. Easy so.
Which is
3
fun.
easy steps.
Which is funny because that's what women want from any man.
Ain't it?
But they want more. But I mean, essentially the same thing they want from men. They want men to exercise discipline. They want men to exercise temperance, and they want men to exercise physically. So,
but for a man to say that that's what he wants in his woman is a problem.
Then women say they don't want broke men. Just add on to it. But go ahead.
But all those other things come out of those 3. Fix your attitude, ladies. Lose the weight. Exercise some discipline. 3 easy steps, right? I love to be the bearer of bad news, ladies, but I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But if you want to have a meaningful relationship with a man, it is going to require some effort on your part. And you will have to give up some of the things you want in order to make it work to the benefit of both people. Relationships ain't just about you. Yeah, I know we've been led to think that a woman should get everything she wants on this son, and a man should just be there saying, yes, massa, but no. If you want a man, because you say you want a good man, that's what you're saying you want. You're saying you want a good man. You say you want a man that can provide and protect, do all these things. Well, you can go do the things that man want. Because that man want, that you want, other women want he too. So, guess what? It can require some effort. You can go compete. And you know, some of you want to give up on life and say you're competing for a man. Well, that's all right. That ain't no problem. Well, if you don't want to compete for a man, you will stay there. Yeah. But you don't get to complain and then turn around and say they men in shit. If you don't want to do the things that a man wants, stop by yourself. Don't humbug nobody. And don't go flooding your social media timeline talking about the men in the use and the men is this, blah, 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 blah. You have chosen to give up. Step aside. As Barry said, step aside now. Another girl wants to take over. But then the lyrics is exactly, but we're going to get my point, right?
Big trap, big trap, big trap.
You want what you want, and men have to accommodate.
Yep.
To even be considered. Yeah? Because they got some men that could be 6 feet tall, got a good body or whatever, but a break, so you ain't taking them on. So, a man got to take all the boxes to be considered. But guess what?
You could take you feel like.
Yeah, but time's changing. Men asking for the same consideration right now. So get yourself together.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I said before, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Consider giving us a subscription by the end of the night, but we definitely want you to like or dislike. You are commenting, but we want more commentary, of course, and we need you guys to share so we can build the community. No, Derek, they got some things. I've come to an understanding, right? I agree with everything you said, everything you said, but I've changed my thinking a bit over these last few weeks. Last week. And I've realized that, no, you can't tell them not to comment, not to flood their timeline, not to humbug people, or to tell men that they're not shit. You can do as you like, right? Because, let's be honest, right? That's what's so great about us in the Western world. We have fought for privileges and technologies in this society where we can say and do what we want. Everybody has an opinion, let anybody except black men, but that's a different conversation for another time. Everybody should have their opinion, have a platform for their opinion. Everybody does have their own platform individually, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you have your platform, right? And him versus her solutions. Good night to you. I don't know if you're an interloper or if you are indeed watching our content. But thank you very much for joining us. So yeah, I think people should be able to say what they want, do what they want, move as they want, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
No doubt.
just know that the consequences are coming. And what I would advise people to do is treat those people that you know that spewing certain rhetoric, but then complaining about the one man and they want a good man and they want this and that and that's the third. Just avoid them. Just don't get no likes. I know this ain't gonna happen, but don't like, no validate. Just leave those people by themselves. Right? Anyhow, my thought process is this on the Cam Newton thing, right? I understand a lot of people have a problem with the messenger, right? Um, and you know it is funny to me because human beings make mistakes. Human beings do things that don't make sense. Shoot, we are speaking from a position of not understanding their relationship, right? The man was asked why he didn't marry his girlfriend. Why he had 4 children with the woman, he didn't marry the woman. He gave a reason why he didn't marry the woman and what she was versus what he wanted, right? No,
Mm-hmm.
I spoke about this behind closed doors and I said, well, that is on Cam Newton and that is on that young lady, right? Because one, Cam Newton should not have chosen a woman he knew that
Uh-huh.
was not a good fit for
That
him.
was for the streets.
Right? That just, I wouldn't even say for the streets, just not his type of version of woman that he wants to marry and to spend the rest of his life with. And then likewise, she is also to blame because this man ain't offering a ring no time soon, right? But she let the man be inside of her and use her womb 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion, I think that him saying what he said is valid. Um, but they both made bad decisions. You see, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing, right? Y'all don't want a person that has indiscretions. You don't want a person, and we've heard it in these spaces. We've heard very early on in our career here of doing this, we were told, what do we know about relationships? There is a divorcee. I have never been married, and I have not, by all metrics, I've not had a successful relationship because I am, by the courts and laws of the land, single. Um, so what do we know about relationships, right? So now, if we go by that, if we go by every messenger, everybody that has something to say, they have to have, they have to be beyond reproach, right? If we do that, then there won't be very many people speaking, would there? Yeah, there won't be very many people speaking. Because let's be honest, most people that have opinions are speaking from a place of experience, speaking of a place of learning from what they did or did not do,
Mm-hmm.
learning from things that they allowed, and speaking from a place of trauma, right? So we because they do it with certain content creators as well. Kevin Samuels for sure is one of them, where they say that he is gay, he is two-time divorcee, he, chose poorly, etc., etc., etc. And what he know in his 50s to be coming out and telling people about how them should and should not be in a relationship and talking about women and all sorts of madness. Now, it is interesting to me because at the end of the day, this comes back to whose opinion matters. And based on what we are seeing in these conversations, it seems that black men's conversations, our opinions don't matter, right? A woman could be in the same position as me, single mother. Shoot, she could be even, she has a child, she is single, she's had fair relationships, etc., 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 etc. Right? But she could come with the rhetoric that men ain't shit. She want a man for the bike, and she can do all by herself, and she don't need a man, and this and that and that. And she would be applauded and uplifted in certain circles, certain communities. Meanwhile, I come here every Tuesday and Thursday and tell one of it, Derek, just choose better, be discerning. You know what I mean? He's like, what the hell we know? We were misogynist. So I have accepted certain
That you're a
inalienable.
misogynist.
I'm a misogynist. I'm a narcissistic misogynist. Right? And that's fine. I think that if you want to discredit us and you don't want to take on our message and you want to spread the word and say, no, listen to these men, because XYZ, that is fine. But before you go with your lute, your flute, your band, your bard, whatever, to sing the gospel that is the anti-man's rhetoric, consider that what's the difference between me and you? What's the difference between us? Right? What's the difference between our opinions, and speaking from what we know and have experienced and what we've researched and everything that versus you that's saying essentially your opinion? Because at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but your opinion should not be more important than my opinion. I know that sounds utopic, that sounds sweet to hear, but we understand. So with the Cam Newton thing, I personally didn't see anything wrong with what he said. I was like, well, Cam, you know that you were at fault here, but there's nothing wrong with what you said, right? You were at fault for the decisions that you made, but there is nothing wrong with what you said in its context, in its concept. So my opinion on all this can be quite brief, right? Because when it comes to this man woman thing, I have become disillusioned because it is who speaks the loudest. You don't have to bring facts. You don't have to do research. You don't have to do any work at all. You just have to say a funny quip. You just have to have a bunch of people around you that follow you and would come to your blind defense at any point in time. And that's it. And I think that is why I've become a little disillusioned and frustrated recently, because please come here. I think we do a lot of work. I think in this space we do a lot of work. We do a lot of research. We try our best to make the production as best as it could be. I know we say we make jokes and say we struggle streaming, but we do our best. We do our best to be consistent. We do our best to come and talk the things, have hard conversations, right? But in the end, people don't want to hear us. People don't want to broach the conversation. People don't want to see the efforts and energy that we put. People don't even want to come to the door simply because it comes over as hard to hear and feelings get involved. So then it is easier to label us and keep it trucking. Bypass our content and keep it trucking. Right? And that is fine. But we can't go around crucifying men for saying what they want, what they prefer, what their preferences are, right? Whether it be individually or generalizations. We cannot go around and say, these men cannot, who's these men? Look at him, what's his history? Let's bring up his past, right? But then when we do the same thing for women, when a woman comes and says she want this, she want that, she want the next. I want a man that got money. I want a man that can treat me right. I want a man that can be my thing, whatever. But what about nothing pookie that you had before? What about men that ain't had 2 cents to rub together that you get shelter? What about men that you've cooked and cleaned for, but because he was a dog, because you chose poorly, you saw red flags and you chose to ignore them? Why no is your opinion valid when you speak about a subsection of the human race and ours is invalid? Why are your preferences and standards now held to a certain esteem and empowerment, but ours now is seen as petty, as dismissed?
A misogynist.
And archaic, right? I always say, right? I can't remember what it was. And I hope you could jog my memory here. But I remember, when Ramel Miller. When Ramel Miller first said he came to infamy, yeah. He came to prominence, well, here late, he had his 15 minutes. But he spoke very candidly in an article about women, and he was very blunt and straightforward and direct with his language. He was called misogynist, he was called archaic, he was called several different things in his thinking. Fine, that is your opinion, that is his opinion. Fine, that's all right. But then no, you don't want...
They got Phil and Snow.
Phil and Snow, yeah, shout them out. You don't want... Victoria came in and she made some comments. We can get to each chat, but shout out Victoria. Yeah, and I see Hugh was here earlier. But you don't want men to give their opinion, hard, soft, indifferent. If it comes to holding a woman to account by saying a woman should be submissive, she must learn to cook, she must learn to to be a nurturing spirit in the home, and etc., etc. And a man really wants that, and a man wants peace and peace. Derek gave you 3 steps on how to get a man, etc. That is archaic. That's misogynist. That is all types of things. So you don't want to be held to account. You don't want to be a traditional woman. Because times have changed, right, Derek?
Yes, of course.
2020,
Of course.
2022, 2022. You know, no reason for a woman to be traditional in any sense. Woman could go out there and earn the money. She ain't got to cook clean. She ain't got to do nothing. She ain't got to sex. She ain't got to do nothing. Right? Can't tell me what to do. Tell me to work. In a relationship, I am an agent of myself. You ain't got nothing to do with me, and I ain't got nothing to do with you. Sam Knight. Sammy, what going on, man? Thanks for joining us. But when it comes to men now, when it comes to women now saying what they want from men, you hear they want a man to provide. Man must have money. Man must have a job. A man must have a career. A man must have certain things. Why? Because a man is the provider. Right? A man must be of a certain stature. A man must be over a certain height.
Traditionally, the man is provider. Traditionally.
Yeah, but they want a man to fulfill traditional gender roles. They don't want a man to be out drinking with the boys like how he is single. Don't want the man to be talking and flirting with women like he was when he's single. A woman wants a man to fulfill his end of the bargain in the social contract when it comes to relationships. But when it comes to men now, saying with you, just me ask you to be my slave or servant or anything like that, but you know, just take care of me, nurture me. Oh, I want to raise the man and the little
bit.
Huh? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear that last part.
Say, help me a little bit. Give me a deal.
Yeah,
give me a deal. I give you this, give me that.
Right. No. Women want to be held without account. So I think for my part in here, okay, you can wrap it here now. What I would ask everybody to consider, right, is especially women, ladies, if you have such high demands, you want to hold men to such standard, you want to hold men to such account for what you want, right? I ain't even say consider that a man may want his preferences and standards too. All I ask you to consider, right, is when you go and you speak out against these men about what they want and their preferences, I just want you to pause and say, well, shoot, I got a laundry list too. I got things that I want to. And the other thing I want you to consider is if you don't want to be a traditional woman, if you want to get on stage with a international star and take off all your clothes and let the man grow up on you, feel on you and grind up on you, and you grind up on him and simulate the act of sex on stage for all and sundry to see. If you want to do that, you can go ahead. That is your body, that is your choice. But when it doesn't work out for you, when you go to a man and say, well, shoot, I like you and I want to. The man say, wait, use the woman that was on stage with that. So that's I good love. Or the man just want fold you up like IKEA. Like saying from in our courts. The man just want fold you up and just keep it trucking and moving. You upset. You see, a lot of blame gets placed on men. A lot of men just look at the end result of certain situations. We men just cheat. We men just do this. We men just do that. Right? And I'm by no means giving men a pass. We are not giving men a pass for doing those things. But these things do not happen in a vacuum. Yes, there are some people that just sociopathic, that just do things, that just narcissistic and all of the other words that truly do have a problem. But by and large, generally speaking, when a person is faithful in a relationship, or he does something that hurts another human being, it does not happen in a vacuum. As a word that keeps sticking out to me of late here, there is why. Why? Every time I see something and I hear something or I see a bit of content or whatever, you know what I always ask myself now? Why? Why? Sometimes you ain't gonna get the answer, but you have to respect the why in certain situations. Right? Cam Newton cheated, he had an IG model, he had a child out of wedlock, or he had a child in between the children with the other woman. Yeah. Just question why for a moment. Just for a moment. Could it be, and when you ask why, there are several different possibilities. And if you accept that there are several different possibilities, and you will never know the truth unless Cam Newton himself tells you, and even then you will take it as gospel, or else you got treated as skepticism with skepticism. You have to understand that nothing happens in a vacuum. I can posit to you that he may have cheated because she was contentious. The man just wasn't dealing with that. We could also look at the fact that he's a famous athlete and travels a lot, and he is a human being that is being tempted, because we've all heard stories about these athletes. Women is literally turning up at your hotel room naked. Women is being in your hotel room naked as the bar waiting for you. You understand what he's saying? No, of course that does not mean that you as a man go in there do you got to do. You could put out the woman, etc. But you got to understand in that situation, you got to pull up your phone and start recording.
Yep, I was not gonna say it, because it's still a dicey situation in that regard, because I'm gonna turn up at your room naked, you put she out. Next thing you know, you're gonna claim
you do all sorts of
went down, and that's you.
Exactly. So
right?
All I ask people to do is to be, and even ask you all to be considerate. Ask yourself certain questions before you come to certain answers. Ask yourself why women, why if all men are dogs, men ain't shit. Why? Why men ain't shit? If every man in the rhetoric is ain't shit, why? If a man saying he wants certain preferences, saying he wants certain things, ask yourself why is it not right for him to have standards, for him to have things that he wants, to have things that he desires in a relationship? Why is it okay for you but not for him? Why is it okay for you to walk around discrediting and saying all types of things about men, and it's not okay for men? Why a man must have his height, his fitness, his penis size, his bank account, all of these, everything. He must have every duck in a row, down to even being a traditional man. Because don't let me dipsy doodle it now. Y'all want traditional men, but y'all are not willing to be traditional. Why? I mean, Derek and myself, we could come to a lot of conclusions. I personally believe that it's about control. It's about power. As far as women are concerned, for millennia, they have not had the power and control that men have had in society. So now it's get backsy time.
It's a revenge thing,
right? It is time now to
be a revenge tour.
It is time to be, and even then, if you start to think like that, why do you want revenge? Why do you want? Because if you saw what men have been doing for millennia as bad and evil and oppressive, don't you think that you doing it now ain't the same thing but on just a different flavor? Why? That's all I ask. I ask people to just use a bit of discretion in everything that they do. You see, because Derek and myself, we're not misogynists, contrary to belief. We're feminists. We are not narcissists. We are not men that are antiquated in our beliefs or anything like that. If anything, women are antiquated in their beliefs because y'all want traditional men. Yeah? Y'all want a man to put one up. When I want a man to take care of y'all finances. A man to bring something to the table. And in most cases, y'all want a man to bring more than what you bring into the table financially. You want a man to split responsibilities 50-50. You want a man, you have standards. You have a list that when you look at them and you dissect them are actually quite antiquated. So I ask y'all, why? That's my question for tonight. Why? Why is it okay for Cam Newton? So why is it okay for us to want to cancel Cam Newton for what he has said? But Lizzo, all of these people, all women could come and say, well, I want a man at this, I want a man at that, I want a I don't want to talk to a man that's under 6 foot. I don't want to talk to a man that got a certain BMI. I don't want to talk to a man that don't have a certain amount of things. I must have a man that have a car. I must have a man that, because when I want a man that got a job, but then when I really question when I want a man that got a career.
Yeah.
You understand?
Specific job.
So just ask why. Why is it okay for you, but not okay for men? Why are we in this space where we speak our opinions? Why are we being seen as all of these is? I had a conversation with somebody last week there. And I asked this man, as far as I'm concerned, is an intelligent man. He's an older man than me. And I asked him, do you know as a chauvinist? Now, I think everybody knows what the word chauvinist is, but they don't know what it means, if that makes sense. I think everybody knows that a chauvinist by certain metrics is a bad thing. But people don't know the meaning of chauvinist. Right? And he was surprised to know that a chauvinist could be either male or female. But we've never heard about a female chauvinist.
Yeah.
Also, too, he did not know what was the opposite of misogyny. That there was misandry.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people don't.
News to most people.
Right. A lot of people don't know these things. Shoot, they got a lot of people that believe narcissism is a direct trait to being a man, masculine, a male. So, if it is okay for you to get on social media and say what you want about men, get in your circles and say what you want for women, what you want from a man, what men are not measuring up to your standard, you are empowering yourself, whether positively or negatively, to be whatever you want, to be a boss bitch, a diva, a career woman, an independent woman, whatever you empowering your subsect of the human race to be. Why is it okay for you to do that, but when Derek and myself or any other man do it, it is a problem? You understand? Why are you not coming to listen before you make a judgment? Because I don't have a problem if you watch our content, you watch a few episodes, shoot, you've been watching for a few months or a few weeks or whatever, you realize, yeah, two of them is misogynist. I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem if you did not dismiss us based on one or two different things. So, why is it okay? Why is it, what's this, you know? I don't know what that is. Why is it okay? I can end it now. Why is it okay why is it not okay for us to have this space? Why is it not okay for men to say what they want, what they prefer, and everything that, even if they don't have their ducks in a row? Because let's be honest, a lot of people out here saying what they want, what they prefer, and what their preferences are, and they don't have their ducks in a row. How many overweight women we seeing saying they want a man that got certain body traits and standards and everything like that, and lusting over certain men, and got them body together? Shoot, men do it too. So why? Why is it okay for you, but it's not okay for us to have an opinion? That's my question for tonight.
Well, as you're talking here, remember I had a conversation only yesterday with a friend of mine, and she was essentially asking why is it that men tend to cheat, because people seem to think that, men is just out and cheat, And I said to her, because I had never really given it any much thought until yesterday. I said, cheating a lot of times is kind of like the manifestation of something else, the byproduct of something else, right? So what you will find is, and let me bring it back to what we're talking about tonight, because Cam said a woman don't cook, all right? A man want to eat. Yeah, everybody want to eat. A man want to eat. And a man don't always want to be eating fast food. So he goes, he finds a lady who, don't get to it, there are women who will compete. There are women who will compete. And if a woman believes that she can do better for you than your current woman, she will compete. Right? And she will offer, hey,
lyrics in the last.
When last you eat. But look, you want me to bring a little hot meal for you? What happened? You gotta go every lunchtime and buy lunch. You woman don't do that for you. I mean, no, there's questions we will ask. You live with a woman, how can you go buy lunch every day? And suddenly this woman start bringing lunch for you.
This is fact, yo.
Well, shoot. Well, if a woman bringing, I realize, you say men is dogs. If you feed a dog, you know what's happened. Just come back. So suddenly, this dog, in an effort to find food, nothing more than food, at this woman's place. And guess what? Sex tangle up in there now. Because he and the woman close. He and the woman talking, spending time together. Why? Because he won't feed you, man. All right.
Or you're feeding him man. Or you're feeding
him man junk.
But no, you're feeding him man, but it's contention. You understand?
I come into that now.
Yeah.
Because what else Cam said?
He did say about ratchet behavior to be quiet.
You don't know when to be quiet. So yeah, the man come home, but It's noise from the time I push you. You hear your key. From the time your pull up, you hear it. You ready. My open door quartering.
I know
So
you
what do
coming
I
through.
start doing?
I know you coming through here so fast for. You always coming through here fast. Cheese on bread. You come home, you ain't even still good night nor nothing like that. You bring the milk I tell you about. Why can't stand? I bet you forget the milk. I bet you ain't come thing.
Noise. So what
Right.
the man do? The man start every piece of overtime. Yeah, boss, I can work it. Don't dig nothing.
I start liming the car apart.
Man going to the car park, who was asleep. Man playing cricket, he play a piece. The man going home, he's still out there. He ain't want to go home.
He's a one
Anybody
more man.
got a line? He's a one more man. Anybody got a line, he there, and he's honestly boy saying, man, we can drink one more rum. We ain't got left yet. He partners wondering, you don't got a woman to go home to? And suddenly he caught
he's always getting man.
I know a terrible shit. That man never want to go home. And guess what? There's always be a woman around the line. Because guess what? Wherever men are, women will find themselves.
Yo. Say that again.
Wherever men are, women will find themselves.
One more time, because I don't think I understand that, Derek. You see,
wherever men are, women will find themselves.
When you done, brother, go ahead.
Yeah. So they always got a woman around the line, a woman or two, right? They can go a woman there. She got one of the men in the line. She's one of the organizers. She bringing the drinks or whatever. She's the mother hen of the group. Is she? But she got one or two girlfriends lurking both. And them girlfriends hearing the talk because them single. So they're hearing the talk. They're hearing that this particular fella, he got a woman, but he don't want to go home. They're hearing. When that man said, she can be home quarreling about something no.
Hey, what? She's sleeping when they get home, boy.
Even that. Oh, and because women are who they are, women are very acutely aware of how women is get down. You hear one of them seeing single women will ask that man, you like, you don't want to go home, yeah? You frightened for that woman in your house? And then as near to you is get the man. And suddenly now, he and that particular woman now, they're talking. She is a soft place for he to land. He's because a man just wants somebody to talk to sometimes. Somebody that can hear.
No judgment.
No judgment.
Voice. To have active solutions and not just criticism.
Because here's the thing. He tried talking to you, but you don't really want to hear you but quarreling. Yeah? You don't really want to hear
that's your love language.
That's your
love language.
Is quarreling.
Yep.
So the man don't want to hear you. Sorry, you don't want to hear the man. So after the man done talking, and a gallon bottle will only hold a gallon. So when the man had a gallon and a half stuff in the gallon bottle, the man said, look, when they get home, they get home. And then he started going later and later and later.
Disregarding the social contract, because you disregarded the social contract.
Yeah, not saying let me be clear, Neil. Let me be clear.
I was just thinking
that is right.
Yeah, I was literally
right?
just saying it in my head. Yes. You're not saying it is right.
It is right, but this is how these things
it's a reality.
Happen.
It's a reality.
This is a reality. If you know you're telling the truth, put some words in the chat. This is how these things happen. Yeah. You want to submit, you want to allow the man to lead, as Cam said. Everything is a pushback. You ask him, man, sweetheart, we should put up these green drapes. Man said, I ain't really feeling the green drapes, put up the brown ones. And brown drapes is a noise. The man said, look, put up the green drapes. If that's you the one, put them up, put them up. Don't ask me, I ain't care about no drapes. It's a sweetheart. You think we should use the blue plates? I said, I prefer the red ones. Our red plates is a noise.
Shoot, brother man.
You want to use the blue plates, use them.
I will even put it to you. If you are a man that always disagreeing, and you say, you know what, Neil, I'm going to change my ways, and I'm going to agree, because she makes good decisions when it comes to decor in the house. And she said, what about these red curtains? Man, fine, man, that look good. All right, what about these blue plates? Fine, that look good. You always agree with me all of a sudden, now, I can't stand this thing. You always disagree and find fault. You cannot win.
You can't win.
Can't win.
So when a man find a contentious environment, he will always seek to find respite from that. The man ain't going into the quarrel, no, you think so? He just ain't.
Amen.
So when you come and you bring that, right? Because that's what Cam Newton talking about, you know. That's what Cam Newton was talking about. So the man goes elsewhere. It don't start with the sex, you know. The cheating don't start with the sex. The cheating start with, hey, I give you something that your wife don't want to give you, or your girlfriend don't want to give you. Not that she can't give you, she doesn't want to give you. And because it's needless to say, all the time men don't left. So he no trying to work out. And gentlemen, the worst words you will ever say to yourself is, I got it under control. Anytime you find yourself in a situation and saying to yourself, I got this under control, you do not have it under control. Get out of the situation.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Facts.
So many men start talking to the woman and they can feel it in the guts. They can feel it in the guts. Nah, this woman want more than what I'm prepared to offer or can offer. But guess what? It feel good. Cause it's misery. Let me stop here again to say we are not advocating cheating. We are not advocating that. But we are explaining to you. We are justifying. That's the word I can use. Because, you know, women like to do justification things, so maybe doing it too. We are justifying how these things happen. We are explaining it away. Right? So this is how it happens. Right? So when Cam talks, he's talking about, shoot, let us create a more peaceful environment for your man to come home. There is nothing, gentlemen. Let me know. If I tell you the truth, gentlemen, you put some ones in chat for this next one. There is nothing like going after a long day and you going by your woman and resting your head in your hair a lot. You talk a little bit if you feel it talking. If you don't want to talk, you just lay down in your lap, you nod off a little bit or whatever. There is nothing like it. As opposed to you going home and instant quarreling, add water and stir. Shoot. Let me know if you're telling a lie. If you agree with me, put some ones in chat, man.
No.
And speaking of said chat,
wait,
go ahead, Neil.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, right? I cannot not say what I'm about to say. No, you did make mention to why men cheat. You did speak about competition for women. I want to make it explicitly clear, right? Women that are boss bitches, bad divas, and all of these independent, strong feminist women. There are women, because y'all are not the majority. I promise you that there are women willing to compete. Like I said, Dexter Daps last night on the People's Stage. How many women went by him and do as the like, almost trying to outdo the one another?
Not almost.
Women will compete for the man that they want. Because you are not willing to compete, it only means that that's not the man that you want. That's all that means. Because at the end of the day, right, a man comes along that will make you compete. Here's why I say that to the cheating thing now. Now, they seem to think that men cheat by themselves. Or we just find these blow up dolls as women and, you know, just do things. Right? Women are completely absolved of infidelity. Whenever we talk about infidelity in men, women are completely absolved. Because men ultimately, which is hilarious to me because at the end of the day, a woman that we cheat with has to give us permission to enter her body. So while we are saying men are to be held to an account, women are not absolved of accountability when it comes to cheating. I am sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but when a man has cheated on you, another woman allowed him inside of her. So the same men that you say ain't shit, you got to speak in the same breath and say women ain't shit. No, they got some women that say that. They got some women that say when women ain't good, then I don't trust women and things. The women that say that. But let us be absolutely clear. We want you to keep that same energy. We want you to ask yourselves why. Right? Why does a man cheat?
Wrong things.
Right? Why does a man cheat? And why do women carry other women, man? And most importantly, why did he cheat on you? What are you doing
But
or
here's the
not
thing,
doing?
Neil. Back in the day, you don't hear it so much now, but back in the day for sure. The late 90s when we coming up, carry a woman carry another woman man was a thing.
But
It was a thing.
But as a-
competition was a thing.
But brother man, you remember this say, right? That be wary of them women from the small islands. I can put them in air quotes. Small islands and
Yeah.
small countries. Women that's come from Guyana, although Guyana is not a small country. But
Not nearly.
women that come from Guyana and St. Vincent, and then be careful, St.
Vincent,
Lucia, and then be
uh-huh.
careful of them in the Carol, not having them made or nothing sort of from the islands, but they will carry a man. Why? Because those women will compete. Those women will fill the void. Yo, you ain't willing to cook? That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
But the man being fed, though. What I will say to everything that we've just said, I agree with you 100%, brother, 1,000%. But we want men to understand. Instead of going and cheating with another woman, because I understand, man. I understand. Because it's don't want to hear this when we talk about men just commit and remain faithful to a relationship more than a woman. They just look at the cheating being unfaithful, right? But a man commits to a relationship more so than a woman. Oh, Blair, come for me. I ain't care. A man commits to a relationship because a man will go out and a man will sleep with another woman. A man will go out and have his transgressions. But once a man is married, once a man has children, a man is going to do for his family. You understand? As a matter of fact, a man will go to great lengths and pains to hide the infidelity for that. Now, I'm not saying that hiding the indiscretion means that I'm not saying that. But I want you to consider that when a man is committed to a relationship, even though you may have changed and you may not want to have sex and you don't want to cook no more, you don't want to listen to the man problems no more. You see, it's the social contract. And when the social contract is broken either by the man or the woman or both, a man is going to go. But you see, when a woman done, she done, though. If another man get entertained, she done. And men, we got to keep that, we got to adopt that energy, right? If you realize that your woman is not, one, fulfilling her contract, two, not willing to fulfill the contract again, and three, bringing strife into your life, and you have brought, because I'm going to tell you this, bring it up to the woman and say, look, I realize, right, that certain things have changed or whatever. You always got noise. You ain't got nothing positive to say, whatever. Create a space where you can have that conversation, where you can take criticism as well, and you can offer criticism as well, where you can get to the bottom of the problems in your relationship. If she ain't want to hear nothing about it, if she want to keep it pushing and go about the same lines, or she just don't want to cater to you or whatever, but expect you to cater to her in the manner that you've been doing all the time, do for the children, do for the house, do for me, do for this, that, and next, the third, but she don't want to fulfill her contract, that ain't no problem. Remove yourself from the situation. Don't get involved with another woman, because as Derek said, you don't have it under control. Assess your relationship first. Let's go for man or woman. Assess your relationship first. Assess if it can be salvaged or saved. And it takes two willing participants to do that. If the other person doesn't want to be willing to do it, bid them adieu. Start the process to separate your lives. Right? And then you could go and live your best life and do what you gotta do. Right? But the point is that women compete. Women compete. Women compete for the men that they want. So women, we understand, without any context, without any visual aid or any man within yours. Because when you ask women about submission, when you ask women about submission, you ask women about traditional gender roles as a woman, etc., etc., etc. They're not thinking about a specific man. They're thinking about either their current man or the men that are in their orbit. They're not thinking of a man that they want. And even if they are thinking about a man that they want, they believe that man that they want is the average man around them. You understand? You want a millionaire, you want a man that got the bike, you want a man that out there getting the money, but you still want the man to be home on time, and you do want the man to cater to you and do this and that next. You can sleep with the man when you feel like, you can cook for the man when you feel like this and that next, but he must split the duties of the house 50-50, but he gotta bring home the bike. Y'all confused, I understand. Women, and this can sound bad, but women are delusional. There's a bit of delusion in this, right? Because a woman would say, I don't need no man, or I want a man to do this, that, and the next, and the third, and the fourth. I want a man must, right? And they would even try to fool you to believe that they need an average man. Yeah, an average man, you just go money up and this, and that, next, and third, and fourth. You don't want an average man, sweetheart. You want a man that is above average. You want a man on your level. And
but that apex fallacy there coming true because I think that top 20% of men is
walking boat.
That's applicable to everybody below them.
Right.
It's not.
Right. So just pump your brakes a bit with me. I understand. I want the next time you come up with your laundry list, instead of coming with an abstract concept of a man, I want you to visualize the man that you want. I want you to get an example. So, like, let's say you want a man like Will Smith. You want a man like Dexter. You want a man. Shoot. To be a man that's driving the BMW going to your office. It doesn't matter. The man that you want, get a tangible example for that man. And ask yourself if that man can put up with who you are. If you want a man to care, if you either want a man that has your standard or you want a man to handle you. You want a man to deal with you. Because if you want a man to deal with you, standard don't matter. Because that's a mixed bag. But if you want a man to deal with you, you want a standard, you want a man of a certain ilk, a man of a certain standard, height. Because y'all want height. Y'all want men that are the small percentiles, but the men in small percentiles, they've got options.
They putting up with that. And they putting up with a crap.
These men got options. And with the options means that there is competition. So if you are not willing to throw your hat in the ring and compete, if you don't want to compete for no man, then take yourself off of the market and go and sit down on the sideline and enjoy your galentines. But do not fool yourself that you want a man. Do not fool yourself that you want a standard. Do not fool yourself that you want X, Y, Z, A, B, C, but you can behave however you want. A man can't tell you nothing. I am sorry to tell you, but you're going to have to compete. We men just compete. We men just compete. I ain't saying men don't compete. We men just compete. When we see a woman of a high value, we just compete. Ramel Hall came on. This is a married man for many years. Almost 2 decades. And he just compete with his wife. But he know full well that anytime he woman start to wander and he don't start to fulfill his contract and don't put in the time and the emotional energy and give to his woman what she wants and give to her, the woman can start to wander. The woman can say, yeah, I think we need to see other people because I have grown past you and, I don't feel the same way I felt about you.
It's me.
You understand? So exactly. We compete for relationships and we compete in relationships. And we should continue to compete in relationships. So women, if you don't want to, I ain't gonna talk to the men, but this man know exactly what you're talking about. We men just compete. How we dress, how we, the money we have, we just compete against other men daily. And we know that to get the women that we want, we got to compete. So I ain't gonna talk to the men on this. Women, if you want to fool yourself that you ain't competing for no man, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. But don't be out here saying that you want a man. You ain't willing to compete, but you want a man. You want Amazon to deliver one. You want the heavens to open up and a man just drop down a place for you. You want God to give you a man. God has helped those that help themselves, though.
Hallelujah.
So I just had to say that, man, because you see that competition thing? You ain't competing, but a woman competing for you, man, though. And you considering like, oh, my man cheap for me. Oh, man is dogs. The man ain't cheap by himself. The man had you had competition. It's just that you didn't realize that you was in it. You can't last in a 2-horse race.
Yo, let me dive into the chat, folks. Still going on in here. See Jimmy saying, well, that's how I learned more about my wife over a meal she cooked. I do desserts. She does the main course. See some ones in the chat. They say that DJ Envy's wife is learning well from Jada. It's interesting, as you were talking earlier about, people being disparaging about the fact that, you've never been married and were divorcee, etc., etc. But a lot of people listen to Jada. You know what I mean?
No, but
And
Derek, she's a successful black woman who is empowered and independent to do what she likes. She has a man that is very high value. She has the social clout to speak. My brother.
yeah, but we can look at, you know,
You see,
this
is what she's speaking about, right?
and we can say,
Huh? Is what she talking about.
So, yeah.
But nobody wants to see that. Everybody just taking on for the fact that she's a successful black woman in her own right, and she feels empowered that she can say and do what she wants. She got Will Smith. So who is we? She married, right? That's the entry to the door.
True.
Marriage.
Yeah, but you know,
A lot of them ain't married neither.
How
But
it turned out, and
26% of all women in the black
and
community
that's
will be
something
married.
that yeah, that's a quarter, 1 in 4. Fellas, if you find a woman that's watch them things and you know use it as your barometer for what's going on, that's a good indication that you need to stay from around that. But anyhow, was the table red? Hashtag out to order, says Anton. He was in the house. Good night to you. Drive more for pastures and be whackers for lawns. Yep. Victoria says, but then the women will tell you they don't want a yes man either.
Facts.
They don't.
Nobody,
we know this.
They don't want pushover.
Yeah. Women certainly do not. Effort is necessary, but everybody is content to be mediocre as usual. Yeah, that's how it goes. Got some ones in the chat. Man would prefer to sleep at a bus stop, says Miller. That's so true.
Let me get scriptures. Scriptures, my brother. Better to sleep at the corner of a roof.
That is driving the house with a contentious woman. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there, I've lived that, I've experienced it, man. It's like, you know what? Let me do everything to get home late. Hopefully, by the time we get home, she'll be sleeping. You know what I mean? I've lived that. So, you know what we talking about? Yeah. Hugh says no talk to the girl about how it should be in terms of what the man who finds himself in that or those situations should do. Some may not know, talk the things. Tell the man too. Yeah, that's why we're here. We try to talk the things. Antisocial, we haven't seen you in a while, my brother. Good to see
everything
you
good,
tonight.
brother.
Yeah, he says the thing is that a lot of women don't take no for an answer. No, they do not. Man, with a whole string of ones.
Hold on a minute. They can't take no for an answer. Not that they don't. They can't. They can't process a no.
Jimmy the Blow Up Dolls might be less stressful. Not might be. Get the likes up. Yeah, as Philip is saying, you saw the Godfather. We appreciate it. And Philip is also saying you might get some licks for the delusional comment. It ain't really no licks. It is what it is. I mean, sure.
But there's a bit of but there's a bit of delusion. There's a bit of delusion because tell me how it sounds when you have a subset of people, right, that have what they want. They don't measure up to what they want. Anybody that speaks out to what they want is dismissed and discredited, right? And they don't want to do anything for what they want. The word is not delusional. My apologies, women. The word is not delusional. Okay. My bad. That's my. It's entitled. Entitlement. It's not delusion. Delusion is dismissive, and that's my fault. I shouldn't be dismissive. Entitlement. You feel that you are entitled to have the man that you want for doing next to nothing. You can wear what you want. You can move how you want. You can curse how you want. You can do anything that you want, but the man go fall in line, right? The man has to leave when you want, but he has to be submissive when you want. Yeah? You don't want a person, you want a thing. Men are simple. Men are so simple. Yeah? We have no problem submitting to a woman. None. No problem. If the woman makes more than us, we will submit to her. Shoot, Brett came on the show. Showed out Brett. Brett was talking about his relationship and how in certain matters he submits to his wife. Mm-hmm. When his wife wanted to get drive boat, he just be the person to drive she boat. But she submit to him driving though. He to submit to her desire to go out, to drive around and go here and there and everywhere and be driven. but she submits to his driving skills. You see? So men don't have a problem with submission. We understand that that's part of it, especially the modern man. We understand that in like 50s and 60s, where it's our way or the highway. And then when I say the our way or the highway is like a totalitarian type of dictatorship. You know what I mean? Oppression. We're not talking about that. The modern man understands that with the rise of the modern woman, we are going to have to take a backseat at some point. But the problem is that women want men to fall into the backseat when they're ready. They want a man. This is hilarious. Let's take sex. Let's take intimacy. Right? A woman does want a man to take it away. But a woman doesn't want a man to take it away because she must be in the mood. And so, sometimes she wants to take it from the man. But then again, sometimes she is not in the mood. So, if you operate with these, you operate with the understanding that women control fully and totally the access to intimacy, right? You ain't trying to take away nothing. Let that woman try to take it away from you. Because unless you are very good at reading the room and understanding when to approach a woman for sex or whatever, I ain't talking about a woman you're involved with now. I'm not talking about off the street, right? But women want things how they want it, when they want it, because they want it. And they don't believe that they have to do anything to get it. You understand? Sorry, not women, some women. Because there are some women that fully understand the dynamic and are very willing to compete. There are some women that are very willing to compete. There are some women that are willing to say, you know what, I understand that in order for me to get the man that I want, I can't be pushing this vibe all the time. I can't be out here wearing what I want. I can't be. And I don't understand why women don't seem to understand that when that man comes along, submission ain't gonna be a problem for you. So why you sticking out that you would never submit to a man? Why you got a problem with the word submit? Why are you putting out a persona and a perception that you are a bad bitch and the boy can't just keep it 100 and you ain't got no cover. You just talk the thing straight and you behave how you want. But as soon as a man talk to you with that same energy, you can't deal with it. You call me fat, right? I'm sorry to tell you, but you don't know how to work the tool. You got a small tool, you don't know how to work with it. I don't know. Maybe you should try to become a linguist a little better. I don't know, but you need to get your game up. You need to get my standard or whatever. All right. Well, maybe let's take the flip side. Not even the same two people. Another couple. Well, maybe you should learn to do Kegels or something like that because something they're too loose. I don't know what it is, but you need to get a little better in I don't know. Maybe you need to probably get some noni oil or something. You need to get one of them the noni egg or something like that because you're a little too the oil ain't working on there or something like that. I don't know what it is, but I can't work without it. You're not pleasing me. I'm not pleased or anything like that. I posit to you men and women out there, which conversation is more likely to happen? No man is going to say that to a woman. However, women can say it to a man. And don't blink an eye, So, to me, it is not a delusion. I apologize, women. It's not delusion. Entitlement. You're entitled to what you want. But men can't have entitlement more because we've had it for millennia. Under the patriarchy, we have had entitlement. But no, you believe that instead of trying to fix the problem and finding some balance where we have had entitlement for so many years, so many decades, so many millennia, and we know that is wrong, that should be cancelled. You want to have that power and that dynamic, so shouldn't you be cancelled too? It's funny how that works. Anyhow, anything else going on in the chat?
Not anymore. See, your boy Aston now joining.
Aston, man.
Yeah. And Marlon says, and when there's something to run aground, then we have to take over or resolve the problem they have created. We got a screenshot to get on.
Oh yes, guys.
Yes.
I got it here.
And this is a young lady. Well, you can pick that up from. I just erased the name for you. And this is what she had to say.
All right, let me get it on screen here.
So,
yeah, you're on screen.
All right, she says, y'all better stop getting tricked into being hyper independent. Ever since I have been a damsel in distress, my life has changed. I can't do anything by myself. Laughing emoji. I like it here. It's way better than being strong. I'm getting treated like a delicate little flower instead of a real ninja. Laughing emoji. I can't reach it. I can't lift it. I don't think I know what I'm doing. If it hurts my feelings, I'm crying, period. I can't and won't do it by myself. I need help with everything. You can't be out here acting like a man and then be like, but I have feelings. I need help. You're going to get treated how you act. Every man I dealt with prior to this, even mine in the beginning, said I act like a man. So there we have a chameleon in its natural habitat. Letting you know.
There, you're breaking up.
You're able to, at some point.
You there? Breaking up a bit.
Yeah, it's still here.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. I can hear you now.
Okay. It's struggle streaming. Yep. Yeah. She was able to beat the system by being soft, to be more feminine. You know what I mean? And it worked for her. How long she can keep that going is another story, because it's clearly not her innate nature, but she figured out how to, kind of mama guide the system. And she says it's working. So just, putting it out there for those of you who figure that, it can work and that you have to be always on and aggressive and stuff like that, right? But Neil, is that kind of time? I think we can cut it short tonight.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Coming out to my holiday and all that. So, folks, it's been a blast being here with you again. As always, those of you who came in late, feel free to go back and watch the show again if you don't mind. You can watch it from the top and come along down. And, please remember, you can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Neil and I, we do not make up the rules. We just make sure you know what they are. Be the best version of you for you. We will see you guys again soon. We hope you enjoyed the short with Nacho Vidal yesterday. Hilarious stuff. And we got another wild one coming for you tomorrow. So look out for that. They had a whole set of people like Dexter Daps, clearly thousands upon thousands, smash it like sardines and thing. Some of you were probably there. I didn't see many masses. Yes, I said masses. I didn't see many masks in sight. So Lord knows what's going to happen with the numbers in the next couple of days. COVID is still a very thing. So ladies and gentlemen, as you go forth tomorrow, please be careful and remember, we can see you all again soon.
Peace and love.